Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. If you like puzzles or if you'd like to see me struggle to solve one and have a laugh at my expense, then you're at the right address, so please like and subscribe. Today I'm going to be trying my hand at SVS 427, Nonodoku by Richard. If you'd like to give it a go, there will be a link in the description below. If you do, please let me know how you fared and what you thought of it. Right, let's read the rules. Apply classic Sudoku rules. So we have to put the digits 1 to 9 once in every row, column, and 3x3 box. Digits outside the grid have to be replaced in the same order in the corresponding row or column, but not necessarily in direct neighboring cells. For example, there may be other digits placed between the given digits outside the grid. Right. So this says that in column number 4, we need 2, 1, 7 in this order. But whether it's 2, 1, 7 or if it's 2, 1, 7 or anything in between, we don't know. Okay. That's about it. Sip of tea. Reset. And what does that mean? What does that mean? Well, it means none of these are 4, right? Okay, well, we knew these aren't 4 anyway, because 4 can only appear from the third column forward, right? Because it needs 1 and 2 before it, right? But these aren't 4 either. Okay. Right. So how is there a a smart way of thinking about this without having to pencil mark the whole board in useless pencil marks? There probably is. But what is it? Does it make sense to start with the longest sequence? We have 4 here. Well, it does, because none of those are 2 then, right? Since 2 requires a minimum of 3 digits after it. But, I mean, physically, we can't fit 3 digits here. So if none of these are 2s, then we definitely have a 2 here. Okay. Oh, well, fine. What else can we say about those 2 rows? I have no idea. I have no idea. Interesting. Interesting. That's interesting, right? For almost the same reason. Because now we have in all of these 3 rows, one has to have at least 2 digits after it. So it has to be here, right? But it can't be in the first one because we need 3 before it. So one of those is 1, which means that one of these have to be 3 and the other is 4. Right, well, this one can't be 3. No, it's not one of 3. It's either one is 3 and the other is 4. Not one is 3 and the other is 4 at the same time, but you know what I mean. But in any case, this can't be 3, because if this is 1, then this is 3, 9. And if this is 3, then we don't have enough space for the 1, 7. Ah, right. Okay, so we do get 3 digits in one go, but we're off. So this has to be 1, this has to be 4, and this has to be 8. Right. Does that give me anything? Well, I know now that one of these is 3, and one of these is 6. Okay. Okay. Right. Right. Okay, that doesn't roll in one go. Or probably, but I mean not based on just three rows, right? So I still don't know where 1 is in rows 1 and 2, not necessarily. Right. Well, I know that this couldn't be 1 or that here, because we still need a 4. 2, 4 in particular. If this is 1, this could be 2. We still, the 4 is still here somewhere. That's not possible. Actually, maybe it's now interesting to figure out where 4 is here, because because now we eliminated all of these as 4. Those were already eliminated, and these 2 are as well. Okay. So it's in 2 places. Not as useful as I hoped. Actually, oh, right. It's the same applies for row number 2, right? Even though there's no 4 here, we don't care. There's definitely a 4 in the in the row. It's still not here, and it's still not in those 2 because 4 in all of these, not 2, 4. 4 in these 4 columns require 2 digits before them. So, okay, so now we have a 4x swing here. Not sure. Right, so, okay, what does it mean for row 1? Not much. Well, now I know that 1 in row 1 has to be in one of those 2 to be able to have 1, 2, 4 or 1, 2, whatever, 4, which means that 1 in row 2 has to be, well, it's in one of those, but I'm trying to figure out, yeah, it can be here because this could still be 3. Okay. Right. Can this be 2 though? To have 2, 1? This is 2. No, this can't be 2 because there's no 4 then. So this isn't 1. Right. Right. Okay. But I still don't. I know that one of these is 3, but I don't know if it's this one or here. This could be 3, right? Yeah, I don't see why not. I know that there is a 9 here. Not very useful. For now, in any case. Okay. So what's next? What is next? I have no idea. I have no idea. This is, how is this working? Well, now I know that this isn't 8. Okay, so that pushes all the 2s a little bit, well, a little bit, one one cell to the left. So I mean, those are the only possibilities for 2s. Do I care though? Of course I care, but can I limit them? Maybe where are 2s in column 4 and 5? I don't know if that matters. So if we put, yeah, if we put 2 in any of those, it's gonna be 2, 3, 5, 8. 2, 3, 5, 8. 2, 3, 5, 8. Doesn't look like that could be a problem. Right, can we have 2 in these? Why not? Would require a 2. If this is the first 2 here, then we'd need 1 and 7. That's doesn't look to be like it's going to be a problem to flip these. Right, Morty. Morty. Do I know where 3, 4 are here? Well, interesting. There are 2 3s. I didn't. How's this going to work? How is this going to work? Ah, okay. Right. Right. We can't have 3 in any of those anymore because of this 8. Of course. I say of course, but it took me forever to notice it. But yeah. So these well, of course, those were never 3. But we have the possibility of having 3 here and 3, 5, 8. That's not possible anymore. So one of these have to be 3. Great. Well, this one can't be 3 because we need a 4 after it. Right, but it doesn't matter where the 3 is. This would have to be 4, right? Because even if this is 3, this can't be 4. Yeah. So that's 4, and these can become a 2, 3 pair. All right, but this one isn't 3. Ah, nice. So this is 2, this is 3. Okay. So far, so good. I hope. Right. And this 3 has a 1 before it, so that's a 1. And there is a 7. Okay. What am I still missing here? I'm missing a 2. Okay, can still be anywhere, right? Well, no, that's not true. Hold on. This can't, well, these can't be 2, because 2 here would require a 4. None of those could be 2. The 2 has to be, right, so we can't put 2 in row 1, box 3. So one of those is 2. Right. What about 5? Can I do something around? No, 5 doesn't appear in any of the clues. Okay. So all of these could be 5. Right. Right. So what do I know now? I know that there is a 4 here. Does that matter for rows 7 and 9? And it matters if we knew that these were 4, of course, but this is 4. This would have to be 7, not here. That works. If this is 4, this would have to be 1. Again, that works. Okay, so that's not it. That is not it. Right. Right. Hold on. I mean, I was just now thinking about the 2, but of course the 2 is before the 4, so one of those is 2. I mean, that's just obvious, isn't it? In hindsight, everything is obvious. Yeah, one of those is 2. So now we have 2 here somewhere. Right, that might help. Can this one be 2? Yeah, 8. Can this one be 2? I guess it can. 1 and 7 can be anywhere. Right. Right. Yeah. More tea. More tea. Well, I say 5 isn't in any of the clues. I meant not in any of the clues that impact this box, but we do have a couple of 5s, but with no implication. Well, except where is 5 here? Ah, of course. Where is 5 here? Because, well, I mean, it can't be in the last column, right? We still need to fit an 8. Right. It can't be here or there, because then the 8 would be under that 8. So this one has to be 5, and this one has to be 8. Okay. Okay, now we have an 8 here as well. Have a 1 there. What am I missing still here? I'm missing a 6. Oh, and it has to be here because I needed a 6 there. Right, that's nice. So I have a 6 here now. And I'm still missing a 7 and a 9. Right. Oh, okay. So this one isn't 9 anymore. Does that matter? Well, no, it doesn't, because this one could be 3 still, right? Can have 1, 3, 9. Okay. Ah, but I was only missing 5 still. So, and this is where we can have 5. So this one isn't anything except 3. I was going to say it isn't 5. Yeah, okay, it isn't 5. But if I've pencil marked correctly, and that's a big if, So 1 and 2 not possible. Okay, 3 is possible. 4 is not possible. 5 is not possible. Neither is 6. 7 isn't possible because we need a 7 before this 1 here. 8 isn't possible. And 9 is not possible because we need a 9 after the 3 in row number 2. So it has to, we have to have one of those 9. So this is a 3. Okay, that's quite nice. Oh, actually, and this is 9 then. Do I have to go through the whole thing again? I don't think so. I'm going to trust my famous last words. I'm going to trust my pencil marks. Now I need a 1 and a 3. Right. 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 So that's 1, 3, 9 now done. That's 1, 3, 9 done. Right, so I can't have 1 here anymore. Yeah, but I don't see how it would work. Okay. What am I? Well, since these are 5, 8, does it matter now? Well, yeah, it does. The 2 has to be here, right? Because if the 2 was there, there won't be enough space for 2 here. Because if we put 2 in box 2 in the 4th row, then we need still space for 3, 5, 8. That's not possible. So one of these is 2, which means that one of these is 2. More specifically, one of these is 2, but this one can't be 2 because this one can't be 3. So that's 2, that's 3. Right. This one isn't 2 anymore. This one isn't 2 anymore. Right, and does this work? 2, 3, 4? No, that doesn't. We need a 3 here somewhere. So this one isn't 2 anymore. 2, 3, and then 5 and 8. Yeah. I definitely need an 8 here. So one of those is an 8. We'll look at what works in a bit, but right, so this could be 2, 3, 5, 8. One of those is 5. Okay, that's across 2. Two boxes. Does it have an impact here? I don't think so. Right. Okay. Can this one be 8? Then I still need to fit a 6 and a 4. I don't see how that wouldn't work, to be honest. What about here? I still would need a 2 and a 4. Hold on. If this is 8 and 2 and 4 are here, right? So this one can't be 8 anymore, and this one would have to be 8. But then I would need... No, that doesn't work. Right? If this one is 8, then I have 2 and 4 somewhere here. Okay, so far so good. But then, well, obviously this one isn't 8. But if I put 8 here, then I still need a 4. That doesn't work because I've put a 2 and a 4 here, right? Right. So where do I put 8 then? Oh, because 8 here doesn't work either. Okay, so this one isn't 8. That's the... Yeah. This one isn't 8. And still, I can't put 4 here. Can I? No, hold on. It's not 824, it's 84. This is 8. I can put a 4 here still. Yeah, no. I'm hallucinating. If this is 8 and then 2, 4, this could be 8 and 4. Or was I doing 8, 2, 4 as well? I have no idea what I was doing. No. Yeah, this couldn't be 8, but this could be 8, and this here could be 4, so it still works. Okay. Right. Ignore me. I'll take another sip of tea. Right. But it has to be about that somehow, right? It doesn't have to, but 8. I feel like 8 and 4 are limited enough here, right? 8 and 4 are limited enough. Well, sure. Then where is 4 in column number 5? Even if 8 was there, and this is 2, and start from here, right? This could be 4. I'm gonna use some coloring just to see what I'm. Of course, here it's there, right? And in column 5, it's 184. So this is the first place where we can have 8, right? Oh, no, I was correct then. I was correct, wasn't I? Because this is the first place where we can put 8. So 4 is, yeah, right. If this one is 8, then we can't put 8 here at all, and we can't put 8 there either. So this couldn't be 1, 8, because I'm an idiot. You can't put 1 either. I have no idea what I was talking about. That's obvious, I know, but that looking at different columns, I don't know, confusing myself in any case. Right, so this one can't be 8. That's the long and short of it, right? Because 8 here starts there, and it needs a 4. If this was 8, then 8 and 4 is here, and 8 and 4 is there. Okay, so this one isn't 8. We know that for sure, right? But 8 could be here. This could be 8, 2, 4, and I would have 8 and 4. No, this one can't be 8 either, because there's no place for 1. Oh, okay. So this one is 8. Duh. Duh. Right. And then we have an 8 here. Oh, one of those two. And one of these is 4. Then. Right. And then I need still an 8, so this would have to be an 8. Then I would need a 2, 4. It can't be here. So this would have to be 2, and this would have to be 4 for it to work. Yes, okay. Okay. Hopefully. I say okay, but we'll see. Right. So this is now 2, 4, 8, right? Two, 4, 8. Right. This one is 4, 7, 8, right? Right. Did we resolve anything though with this? 2 and still a 9. That looks to be okay. 4 and 7. 4 and 1. Yeah, this all looks plausible. Okay. Okay. Right. Right. Oh, so I still need no. Well, yeah. Now it has to be 2, 3, 5, 8. There's no way around it. Right. Good. 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 Doesn't resolve the 2 here, but fine. fine. So 5 and 4. Oh, right. Can't have 5 here. So one of those is 5 and one of these is 4. Right, so now we have one of these is 4 and one of these is 4. So these two can't be 4. Can't be 4. And this one is definitely 4 and this one is definitely 1. Okay. Okay. And then? And then. And then I have no idea. That's a 7, 9 as well, but doesn't seem to matter. I do need a 1 here. Again, doesn't seem to matter. Huh. Right. I need to find something other than the digits that I have so far. 5 would be great. Oh no, I do have 2 5s, so 9? Can I find a 9 somewhere? That's the only row with a 9. But then I need to figure out where the 2s are, right? And I still don't know completely, do I? Maybe not. Maybe not. If that's not an 8. Oh, hold on. Hold on a second. We need an 8. This can't be 8. Because then we'd need a 4 here, and that's not possible. So that's not an 8. So we need an 8 here. The only place we can have an 8 here is there. Right. Right. And then after the 8, we need a 6 and a 4. Right? So this has to be 4 because, like I said, we can't have 4 there. And this one, the 4 is already gone in these two columns, these two rows. So that's a 4. And then one of these is a 6. Okay, that's not as useful as you'd hoped. Right. Right. So now I need still an 8 and a 7. Yeah. Okay. Oh, I was going to say I can't have 8 and 7 here. I'm going to keep on making these mistakes until the video is finished. 8 and 7. We can have an 8 and a 7 here, right? One of those can be an 8 and one of these could be a 7. That's still possible because 4, 7 is allowed here. Okay. Okay. Anything else I can... Are there any still... Well, this one required a 1, 7 after the 2. Right, so this one has to be a 1 because this one isn't 1, and this one has to be a 7. Ah, great. So now, well, can still have 8, 7. Right, but this one has to be the 4 because it's before the 7. This one isn't 4 anymore. This one is a 2, and that's an 8, and that's... No. Yeah, it is. 7. All right, and I need a 2, 9 here. Yeah, that's... All is still possible. That's an 8. Right. Okay, so we need an 8 on one of those. But this one can't be 8 anymore, so that's an 8. That's a 5. That's an 8. Then we need a 7 in one of those two. Okay. Right. Right. Okay, we need a 2 here somewhere. So this one isn't a 2. This one is. That's a 1. 4 can still be in either. We need a 1. It has to be here. One of those is a 1. Okay, what's next? Do we have all the 4s? No, these are still resisting. These are still resisting. Right. Do I know now where the 6 is? I don't. 3, 5, 4 is done. 8, I still need a 7. 2, 1, 7 is gone. 8, 2, 4 is done. 1, 8, 4, we still don't know. 3, 1, that's been done for a while. 7, 1, 3, yeah, still no idea. 6, 8, still no idea, right? 1, 2, 4, we don't know. This is done. This is done. This is done. Done, done, done. We're not done. Okay, I have to do something with what's left, right? Thank you, Captain Obvious. Take some tea. Or should I just pencil mark and see and pray for the best? What am I missing here? Missing a 5. Maybe I'll just pencil mark it. 5. 3. Oh, that's a 3. Okay, that's useful. And a 6 and a 9, right? So what is this? That's a 5. That's the missing 5. No, that's not a 5. What am I talking about? There's already a 5. That's the missing 7. Okay, that makes more sense. That's the missing 7. That's the missing 7. Right, so that's 9. That's 7. That is 9 as well. Right. Okay, what about here now? 1, 2, 3. I do have a. Let's pencil mark again fully. 6 and 7 still, right? But those, yeah, right. So that's 7. No. And 6, which could be anywhere, unfortunately. Right. Right. So this is from 167 as well. Yeah, that's not helping. Well, it's not 7, so it's 1-6. That's 1-6. What am I still missing then? Interesting, because this isn't 9, 1, 2, 3, 5. That's it. Is it 1-5-6 that I'm missing here? It is. Ah, interesting. Interesting. Why can't this be 6? Just because I missed it? Yeah. Yeah. No, it didn't get me far. Right. Right. I guess that I do have to think about what's still missing. Otherwise, why is it there? So if this isn't 2, where is 2? Well, here, and this would have to be 9. Oh, that doesn't work anymore, of course. I say of course, but so that's a 2. Right. And then we need a 2 here. That's not a 2. That's a 2. This becomes a 5-7. This becomes a 6. And here I'm missing a 6 and a 9. Right. Right. And a 3 and a 5. Okay. Okay. Do I have all the 2s now? I do. I do. Have all the 5s? No. Do I have all the 1s? Still no. Okay. Are there any clues that I haven't used? 6, 8. So do I have to go through them again? Well, I mean they're not done, but I have used them all, right? As in, yeah. So it's a Sudoku question now, right? So what am I still missing here? 3, 6, 7, and 9. Right? Those aren't 7. Those aren't 7. That's it. That's all I can pencil mark. Not very useful. What am I still missing here? 5, 6, and 7. Right, this isn't 6. All right, so now I have a 5, 7 here. That's useful. Then I'm still missing a 4 and a 9. Okay, not as useful. Not as useful. Right. Not sure what supposed to do. Are there any 6s in the clues? There are a few. So this has to be 8, 6, 4. Yeah, but I can still have a 6 here. I can still have a 6 here. That 6 is already resolved. Okay, are there any 9s? This one, but there are still 2 options. 8, 7. That doesn't help. Oh, actually, it does help. I completely forgot about that right now. No, I'm just... As in, I know that there is a 7 here, so none of those could be 7, but that's obvious because it can't be before the 8. But while I was pencil marking the rest, I didn't keep that in mind. But I don't think that was... I don't think that was possible, right? Doesn't look like it. It doesn't look like it. That's weird. Or maybe not. Maybe usual for the channel in any case. Right, so let's continue here. What do I still need? Well, I still need a 4 here. Let's get this. I still need a 9 here, right? And 5, 6, 7. Well, not 7 in any case. 5, 6. 5, 6. They're not in any of the clues here, right? So is it 4, 5, 6, 7? It is. It is 4, 5, 6, 7. Right. This is not 5, so it's 6 or 7, which works for anything. This one isn't 7. But besides that, it could be 4, 5, or 6, right? Right. And here, still need 3. This is from 1, 6, 7, 9. So it's not 1, it's 6, 7, or 9, right? Does it matter which is which? No. Okay, I really have no idea. This one still needs 6, 7, or 9. No, and 5. Where's 5? Am I really missing 5? Yeah, I am. Okay. I needed to pencil mark everything to notice that I was missing a 5 here. Hold on. Did I add a 4? I did add a 4. Right. Right. Anything else? There's still a few to fix, but or at least to fill in, but How? Oh, this one can't be 9, for instance. Did I do any more of these mistakes? I don't know. Is this the only place where we can have a 7 here? In column number 1, yeah, it is. So that's a 7. This is not a 7. Right. It's not a 3 either. It's not a 3 either. So one of those is a 3. Yeah, that's not helpful. It's not helpful. Um, what am I missing? I'm missing something. Yeah, the 8 between have to be, the 6 has to be between the 8 and the 4. Okay. Right. Right. No 6 here. So that's the only 6 there. 9, 6, 4. 4 as well. 9. Right. And this one resolves this, well, in multiple ways. In multiple ways. Right. Do I need to check them? Nah, I'll let Sudoku Pad check them for me. Last sip of tea. Moment of truth. Yay. Well, puzzle does include solution. Okay. Then I have no idea if it says it looks good, but I don't think it checks this constraint. But in any case, that's as far as I'm gonna check it for now. It's a nice new constraint for me. I hope that you enjoyed it as well. If you did, please like and subscribe, maybe share, and I'll see you next time.